All right, good evening. All right, good evening, everyone. We welcome you on all of our platforms. We're on 6 platforms. I welcome everybody, those that's on the YouTube. All right, those that's on YouTube. I need you to like and share. We're building our YouTube page. Okay, so we want you to share. Dr. Sutton, we're glad to see you from Kentucky. Others that are coming on from other platforms. Once again, this is not a religious platform or a church platform. It is a Christ-centered personal development, platform. So we're excited about tonight's show, relationship breakups, and are you the side piece? Why don't you call somebody? Let them know what we're talking about on this evening. It's going to be a wonderful show on tonight. So begin to call people and get them on this show. All right. If they don't have Facebook, they can also go to YouTube, D. Leonard Hughes Personal Development Institute. That's where you can find us on YouTube. And those that haven't subscribed to the YouTube page, if you would go in and subscribe. There's my mother, Dolores Microwave. Glad to have you on, Mama. Others that are on, I think maybe my Aunt Betty is on. We're glad to have her too. If I don't mention you, it's because I can't see all of the different platforms with 4 screens and cameras. And I have to look in the main camera so I can be looking at you. So if I don't say anything, I'm so glad you're on the program. I'm so glad you're on the show tonight. And we're getting ready to get into it and how to attract the right partner. And then I'm going to also subtitle, are you in a relationship? Are you the side piece? We'll talk about that shortly. I'm waiting for you to get called some other folks. I don't know we're on. First of all, in relationships, you have to love yourself first. I don't care what you've done. Many of us sabotage ourselves, and because we sabotage ourselves with the dialogue that's going on inside our minds. There's always a conversation going on. You have to know how to go in your head, then get out your head, because there's always a conversation. But you're supposed to control the conversation that's going on in your head. One thing that I'm pretty well on the way of doing is watching my thoughts, watching my emotions, watching how you're vibrating. If there's an emotional vibration going, there's something when you feel those sensations and you just drop in depression, or you drop in fear, or you drop in anxiety. Usually there was a subconscious thought that went forth and you responded with a negative sensation or a negative vibration. So loving yourself, I think this is enough to do one show on and how to love you. It's okay to love you. You can't even love your neighbor if you don't love you. Many times you don't love you because you don't know who you are. You have been diminished. Religious institution will diminish who you are to make you feel that you're nothing but a worm, you're this. No, you are the manifestation of God on planet Earth, is as the presence of God within you. He needs a mind, he needs eyes, he needs a hand. He picked you. Okay? It requires a lot of inner healing. I want to say this about relationships. And you don't know how to heal yourself because you need the tools. Physician, heal thyself. This is where therapy comes in. If there's something happen physically, you got to go to therapy. to learn how to walk again. So mental therapy is the same way. That brain, that muscle, that brain that houses the mind. It's important that many times you have to go through some type of therapeutic counseling to get through things. You haven't been able to get through it on your own so far. So that means you need a little help. You need a little therapy, or you need a little coaching from a different perspectives and show you other options and making the decision, because everything is about decisions, choices. If I get up from this chair, there's a decision I've just made. If I go in the kitchen and get water, there's a choice I made. When I open the refrigerator, there's a choice. That's how life is. It's about decisions. It's about choices. You decide what you're going to think, what you're going to feel, what sensational vibration you're going to allow to vibrate out of you at a certain time. You got to always look for, I'm practicing it, always look for the best feeling. You've been in such a negative feeling of bias, because we are humans with bias and negativity, and you've been in so much human negativeness that you don't even know how to get out of it. When my mind's telling me something, I'm learning how to go in and no, that's not true, mind. We're not going there. Don't just keep going there because your mind or your emotions are taking you there. Because 90% of the time, it's not true. Your emotions are not you. You're not your thoughts. So in order to understand relationship, it first comes, I'm going to try to get all of this. It's very impactful. First thing you've got to do, you got to love you. You got to sit down with you. I love journaling. I journal more than I ever done before. Every day, throughout the day, I've got it as a journaling app. And it feels so good when you put things in writing and then you look at it, because it's coming from you and it's your perspective of what you're dealing with. And sometimes when you look at it, it begins to diminish its impact that it had on you mentally and emotionally, simply because you're looking at it on paper. It goes back to a scripture in the Christian Bible that says write the vision. There's something about writing, and quite necessarily they couldn't give you the full understanding. Then Rebecca said write the vision. We have a better understanding what writing does, right? It causes you to express, causes you to see it. And sometimes you see it, you're like, oh, I can't believe I'm thinking that. Now, do away with that. Okay, so you got to sit down and journal things. You got to love yourself. I've stayed on that a little longer than I want to stay on it, because I think it's very important that you learn how to sit down, forgive you, and love you. If you don't forgive you, if you don't love you, you're no good for a healthy relationship. Okay, all right. It requires personal awareness. That's what I just covered. Forgiveness, changing in your thought and belief patterns, and self-love. Okay? Maybe your family had a lot of breakups. But most of the women in your family never successfully married or was able to stay married. Okay, so you have to examine the why of that. You may not come up with the full reason, but if you don't come up with the reason, you know what, I'm going to break that. I'm going to make a difference in relationships. Some of you have had some things happen years ago, hurt and pain in relationship. Can I tell you something? It only exists in your imaginative illusion. It's an imaginative illusion. It's not. It happened. Not saying it didn't happen, but why should it affect you now? Because it's just an illusion. You can't go get it. You can't touch it. You can't call the person. You can't. It was whatever. It's an illusion. The past is an illusion. The future is an illusion. But yet you plan. But the how, what, when, where, you don't know. You don't know how something. Sometimes when God manifests, when you manifest, God has a way of doing things that you didn't even see it was coming. Most of the time you don't see it coming. It just happens. Okay, that's why you have to enjoy living in the now, being present, understanding meditation, quieting your mind, getting in a quiet place. Just get one thing and just concentrate on that. Something that's not going to cause a lot of thinking. There is a air purifier that we keep in the room, and sometimes in meditating, I close my eyes and I just concentrate on that. You got to give your mind a break. Only way you can do that, you got to find one thing to center on that's not going to cause a problem, that's going to cause a momentum of thoughts, but just concentrate on that. And you work on it, and you work on paying attention. Many of you, you don't have, your attention span is too short. That's why you can't manifest the blessing that you design, because your attention span is too short. And you're believing everything that your mind is telling you is not going to happen. It won't happen, this and that and that and this. And it goes, and you begin to believe it. And when you believe it, you send that out. And through the law of attraction, like attracts like. Every seed, whether it's a mental seed, emotional seed, every seed reproduces after its own kind. That's how you base the law of attraction. The law of attraction is like the law of gravity. It's working all the time. Even while I'm on this show, the law of attraction is working. That's why you watch what you say. Why do people get upset? Because you correct them in a negative belief. Because it's not just a negative saying, it's a negative belief. And if this is what you believe, according to your belief, be it done. So it's going to happen. Whatever you believe, that's your small, limited belief. Everything in your life, every thought that comes, every action is centered around either fear or your belief. Okay? Either fear-based decision or belief. What is belief? Belief is thinking a thought over and over until it becomes a part of your belief system. All the thoughts that, it's the dominating thoughts that affects your life. The thing that I greatly feared, Job said, the patriarch Job said, that the thing that I've greatly feared have come upon me. So we got to get into this relationship thing. We don't cover. Don't choose swipe. Get some other folks online. Okay. Don't stress. Some of you are stressed because you're trying to find somebody. You kind of find them in church, folks on the job, people across the street, folks in the grocery store. What are you looking for? I'll be looking. What are you looking for? And whatever you're looking for is what you were looking for before in the past relationship, and the past relationship, and the past. Hey, Jalen, and the past relationship. And you got to re-examine, what am I looking for in the relationship? I'm getting ahead of myself. Are you looking for somebody to complete you? Wrong. You have to be complete yourself. And that's what happens in relationship. People look, and as a coach, I want to tell you that people look for somebody. And some of my clients, I talk to them, I just want to find somebody. Why do you want to find somebody? The question I ask, why do you want to find somebody? You have to be whole with you. You have to be complete and develop yourself. Be happy with you. When you can go to the movie and eat popcorn in a big cup. I haven't been to the movies so long because I do live streaming on television. But when you can do that comfortably, and you can look at other folks hugged up and cuddled up, so that's them. That's good. Okay, then you're complete. Your career. Okay, Sister Grace. Hey, now otherwise, if I don't say anything, I like to. Some folks hear all the time and often. So if I don't say anything because I can't see you on the other platforms, okay? So you understand, this is going to be good, so stay with me. You got to know why. Why? Are you really ready? Let's be honest with you. Now, just I don't care how many other folks are getting married or in a relationship. Are you really ready for a relationship? Are you really ready to get married? Are you emotionally healed? What is your emotional intelligence? What is it? You don't even know, but you want to get married. You don't even know what you like, what you don't like. Because most of the time, and it looks is all a part of it, don't get me wrong, but you have to look beyond lips, hips, and fingertips, or vice versa. You have to, because when you meet people, you don't meet that beautiful, tall, dark, handsome, looking good like me. You don't meet that young lady. You meet them, but who you really meet is their past, their beliefs, their fears. Emotionally, they're not whole. Their culture, their religion, their upbringing, their childhood, their family. You're meeting all of this when you meet a person. That's why it's always good to see their family. If their family is crazy, your kid's gonna be crazy. Okay. I'm getting really ahead of myself. It's okay if I repeat again. You got to find out, how did their family handle conflicts? Because in relationships, there will be conflicts. But how did he or how did her or his family handle conflicts? Did the father go out and get drunk? Did he tear up the whole house? Did he beat the wife and beat the kids? These are the things you got to know, because if we're not careful and we don't develop ourselves, we become products of our environment. That's why you have to watch your environment. Many of you so caught up in a religious environment, you can't get anywhere because they're not doing nothing. They're just running back and forth, running back and forth, running back and forth. He gonna do, but there's no manifestations. So that means you need to change your community, change your environment, not be religious, but be spiritual. And the concept they're giving you, you've got to go beyond it. You've got to grow. You got to get off the milk. I don't want to sound, that, but I just want to share that. Okay? All right. Think about it. If you can't handle being alone with yourself, then how do you expect somebody else to be alone with you? Again, if you can't stand being alone with yourself, how can somebody else stand being with you? Because they're around you and you're jittery, you can't even sit still, you can't be still, because you're running from yourself. You're running from who? You're running from yourself, and you got other things that's unresolved that you're running from. And when you meet people, you got to be watchful. Not saying you too picky, you too picky, you waited, and special when it's been a long time, you waited to attract a partner. Doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter. Some friends of mine, I think the man was 80 and the wife he married is 85 years old. Man, I felt so good when I said, that's good. You only live one time, and God have come that you have life, that you enjoy your life. Let me be honest with you. I got to be honest, because I was there and I was, and I grew. You got to grow. Your religious experience, you got to grow from that. You got to become spiritual. All the other stuff, the do's and the don'ts and the this and the that and the this and this denomination against that denomination, and we got it, y'all don't have it. Come on. We've got enough going on in D.C. We got enough going on in the House of Representatives. Well, I'll get to that at the end of the show. When is it going to stop? It's about positions. It's about greed. It's about money. And they don't even know. It ain't even imitate something. It ain't even that lucrative anymore, because they ran it to the ground and the people was getting nothing. The leaders was prospering, and some of the people were, but they weren't getting the principles they needed, the tools, the mental tools they need to help chart their course through life. Libido. I want to talk about that. Love is something that's cultivated between two people and grows over time. So getting to know him or her and experiencing life many ups and downs together. It involves commitment. Relationship has to be a commitment. Time. If your schedule is busy, then you need to stay by yourself, because once you're married, once you have kids, then you've got to spread your time out. If you're not willing to do that, then maybe you need to stay by yourself. Okay, you have to realize that. Mutual trust. You got to be with somebody that you trust. I'm gonna cover some signs. You're just gonna be good. Don't you go? I'm gonna cover some signs that there's a cheater, or that maybe you're the side piece. You got to know whether you're in a relationship. Time is very important, and time is valuable. Your time, your ladder is going to be greater. That's something the older I get, the greater things going to be for me. Don't think, because I'm getting old, I'm going downhill. That's a belief system. Well, it's true. It's not true. Well, it's true to some people, and that's their truth, because everybody have their own truth. But you can reverse that. He said, I renew your strength like the eagles. Come on, somebody. You don't think 85 or 90. Don't think that. My mother's 82, and another very close friend of mine, she's 86, 87, does well. I was in the store, and the lady was 90 years old. She said, I asked, I said, what's the secret? She said, anything that didn't bother me in 90 years is not going to bother me now. How can stuff bother you? All the stuff that had bothered you and you try to change people and they still go left field and your life has been on hold because you're trying to change people. That's not what parenting is about, changing folks. Parenting is not about giving them just your, at a certain point, you have to, parent it. But once a certain point, you have to let people to walk their own path. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's deal with mutual trust and acceptance. Other hand, is it love or is it lust? Maybe libido is, high gear. You got to make sure it's not just lust. Why do you want to get married? Why? You want to get married because you're tired of being by yourself and sleeping by yourself. Okay, if that's why you're going to get married, it's not going to be healthy. Someone adds to your happiness. You got to be happy by yourself. And maybe this is a period of development. And maybe this is why you have connected to this show or connected to my wake-ups. Because it's only for folks that want to change, only for folks that want to develop into the God self. That's what it's all about. But you got to want to change your mindset. It's a battle because that old mindset is like concrete. It's locked in. It's been with you 40, 50, 60 years. I'm 62. So it doesn't happen overnight. Excuse me. But I'm constantly working on my belief system. Things that I hear, I make a choice whether I believe that or not. Things that people say. See, ear gate, eye gate. I'm careful what goes in. I told somebody, whatever people's been saying or what they said when you were young, from your childhood, 90% of that is outdated. Because they only had a certain, even the research and science they had back then, everything is progressing but you. Everything is moving but you. And it's time for you to move. But you got to be happy being by yourself. Okay? Then keep moving on. Talk about libido, which means sex drive or desire for sex. It varies. If you got a person that, this is a show. You got a person that diabetes or high blood pressure, then you need to know what. Y'all know what happened. The side effect when it comes to the romance part of your relationship or your marriage, have you and your partner. You got to make sure these are things that has to be covered in the beginning. Can you perform? Are you able to perform? Are you on medication? Then you make the determination. This is why we don't fall in love. We walk in love. Because as you walk, you gather the information you need. I don't care. Don't just look at the looks. You can be blinded by the looks. I don't care how pretty they are, how handsome they are. All that's fine. But you got to get in here. You got to see what their thoughts are. If you want to be progressive and accomplish something and they just happy being at McDonald's, won't be a healthy relationship. It won't be a good match. They've got to have a mind to be progressive. You got to have the mind to be aggressive. You have to support each other. He support her. She support him. And you're individual, but yet you support and you're reaching. You're going towards your goals. Okay? Let's keep it moving. How does he respond if you say no to sex? If you're dating and you say no, what is his response? That's the good. That's Sister Grace said earlier. That's a good question. Now that's a good question. Yeah. If you say no, I want to wait till I'm married, go through all of that. I don't want to do this, and I'm saying no. Does he still try to coerce you into doing it? Does he get upset? Does he get mad? But then I let you know what it's really about. Now, if you're married, you're not supposed to do that. Those of us that grew up in Christian home, we understand that you don't have, when you're married, you can't defraud your husband or your wife. That's that. But when you're single, you protect your body. You protect your body. Have a fresh mind and fresh emotions. Come through all the past relationship that you had in bad marriage. Everybody been through that. You ought to be healed from that now. You're mad at every man. You're mad at every woman. Some folks mad at men because of where their daddy were. You find people that go out and kidnap and torture women because their mother tortured them. It'd be a healing. You need therapy. It's okay to get it. Whether it's me or somebody else, I would love to help you, coach you. But you need therapy. You need to get through that. Because something within here is blocking you. It's not no devil blocking you. It's not your mind. That's religious people tell you. The devil blocking. The devil blocking. Only the devil's the one you created here. What are the thoughts? What are you allowing? What emotions you're allowing? Well, I don't know how to control them. This is why dealing in human personal development gives you the tools to get a grip on yourself. Reach your goals. I'm in the business of making millionaires, billionaires. That's the information because it's happening for me. I'm in the business of helping you to become a better person and accomplish. You can be what you want to be, do what you want to do. You can have anything you want to have in this life if you set your mind to it. Okay. All right. These are signs. Y'all ready? How to leave a toxic relationship. These are signs you might be a side piece. Nisha, what's going on, daughter? Right. Once again, if I'm on 6 platforms, if I don't say nothing to you on the other platform, it's because I only have 2 eyes. 6 platforms, 2 eyes. Okay. How do you leave a toxic relationship? Signs that you might be a side piece. Number 1, he meet at home for sex. No public dates. He never take you out. Come on, somebody. Never take you out. Never take you out. Always he wants you to cook. Well, let's go somewhere. Oh, no, I got something. Red flags. No emotional connection. Don't look for a perfect person because you're not perfect. Don't look for a churchy person. Look for a person that's a provider that loves himself, has a love for God. Okay. Are you listening to me? But see, y'all want to get somebody that's over religious. You don't be religious in a marriage 24/7. You have to touch the ground. Okay. You have to live on the ground. Okay. Limited availability. You don't answer his phone. Okay. You know about that. Certain times he don't answer the phone. Daytime he answer. When he at work. 6, 7, all of a sudden he don't answer the phone. No public recognition, even when you're around him. This is what he said. This is a friend of mine. You don't say you his girl or you're his partner or vice versa. You don't say that. Just don't say anything. Somebody come to the table. Hey, John, how you doing? Hey, Ralph. Hey, Susan. They don't say anything. Don't even act like you're not there. They talk to the person and the person walks from the table. No recognition. Okay. Okay. They doesn't show up on holidays. No Thanksgiving. No Christmas. Okay. How to attract. You got to keep going. Want to attract the right partner for you, then you have to work on yourself. If you're looking for somebody just to take care of you, wrong. You have to take care of yourself. Quality men, highly quality men are attracted to women that have their own life. One of the greatest things, thank you, Sister Grace. Thank you, Nisha, others commenting. I can't see everybody. Understanding that in a relationship, each individual have to be an individual, and you've got to be able, you come together. There are times that things happen, but you don't want a man or a woman because you're looking for somebody to take care of you because you're coming up short. Well, I'm coming up short. What I need to do is I'm coming up short. I need a man. Oh, God, no. Quality men look for quality women that have their own life, or they're trying to get something going in this action. I had a bunch of talk. Because people can talk a talk that they make you think they're getting ready to go to the moon with SpaceX or whatever. But you've got to have somebody that understand life and want to understand you. You're not going to, in 6 months, you're not going to know everything about nobody. 6 years, you don't know, but you've got the basic about that person. They can be trustworthy. I want to bring this out. Are the person emotional stable? Regina, how are you? Are the person emotional stable? You may have. I'm gonna stay on this for a while. Three things that get an audience: health, wealth, and relationships. My wife taught me that. You have to find somebody that can add to your happiness. Okay? Not making, nobody can make you happy, because when they leave, your happiness goes. You educate yourself. You feed your mind. You become emotionally healed. You know your EI, emotional intelligence. You know where you are. You know your strong points. When you heal, you don't take everything personally, because the last person said something and it meant this. It doesn't mean what this person is saying means the same thing, and you're about to go off the handle. You say, what? What you say? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Okay? When people typically go wrong with this step is when we want a person to take care of us in a way that we aren't taking care of ourselves. Like I said, we need somebody to help make up the difference. So we go towards a mate, or we look for a man to help us. And you don't need that. You got to help yourself. The greatest strength. And we work together now. But the greatest strength is knowing that you've got a mindset to make some things happen for you and your relationship. Okay? Instead of trying to feel what's missing in your life, instead of trying to feel what's missing in your life, another person, be the thing you desire. Be the thing you desire. Have conversation with you. Take yourself out to eat. Fix a table. Put another plate at the table. Know what you don't want in order to know what you want. Okay? Aside from emotional stability, in order to attract an optimistic, confident, happy person, we ourselves need to be optimistic, confident, and happy. What do you want to attract? You must be. You must be confident. You must be happy, optimistic. Get a life. Quality man ain't going, that's an illusion that you're living in, male or female, thinking a woman's going to come and do that. Man, no. That happened in the 40s and 50s. You know, the woman stayed home and this and that, and the man worked and da-da-da-da-da, and had kids. It's a different day now. Man, they want to know at least you're able to. If there's something happening in life, that you're able to do something and you're willing to do something. Not just using it as an excuse that you're able and willing. You're trying to kick some doors open. I don't want to say knock some doors. You're trying to kick some doors open. Okay. So understanding, let's deal with breakups. Before you jump into, let's go back. Every relationship you have been in, what did you contribute to that relationship? Okay. Is it just sex? You haven't contributed anything. A person didn't get that. You can get that $20 now. So that's not a contribution. You have to have something here. When you hear their conversation, listen to that man's or that woman's conversation. Is it a progressive conversation? Is it a conversation of being victimized? Everybody I've been with just did me wrong. When you hear that, that's a red flag. Everybody you've been with have done you wrong? Really? Two things have happened. You're drawing the wrong person, or you're not being honest with yourself, and you're looking for someone else to put the blame on. Isn't it something how it's the blame? It's an energy of the blame game. The Republicans are blaming the Democrats blame it, and everybody's blaming, and nobody's you've got to look in the camera. You've got to take full responsibility for yourself and for your life. Nobody can take responsibility for your life but you. That's why you be careful who you hook up with. That's very important. Again, I said, how did his family handle conflicts? Were there fighters? Were there throwing plates and breaking glass and tearing the house up? And that's what his family did. He's a part of his environment. Let's keep going. But there must be emotional stability. Okay? So if you're moving forward, you will attract someone else moving forward. You keep on until you get, because what you're looking for is looking for you. Okay. I did something on my Facebook. I talked about relationships today and attracting your boo. You got to get it through the law of attraction. You become what you want to attract. Honest, confident, happy. Again, nobody can make you happy. Nobody can make it. You got to become happy with you and becoming a better person. That's what personal development is all about. You becoming a better person. You being the you. You weren't put in to be like nobody else. You weren't put in to be like Jesus. You were here to develop the Christ mind. But how was he? People say that. I used to say that. How was he? Tell me. With all the different religions and denominations, they tell me how he was. People confuse. It was confusing to me. So I developed the Christ mind, and I'm trying to be like Daryl Leonard Hughes, the person he created me to be. And I'm creating the life I want. Through the power, he's able to do exceedingly abundantly according in agreement with the power. What power is that? None of your hands and your thumb. It's the power of who you are, your thinking, your thoughts, your mind. That's the power force. That's the power source. That's the energy. Whatever's going on in your mind affects your body. If there's dis-ease in your mind, there's going to be disease in your body. You keep stressing and worrying and stressing, it affects your body. Then you've got the second gut, the second brain gut, which is your stomach. It's considered your second brain gut. I'm going to teach on that too. That's a whole nother wonderful subject. I started to teach it about the brain gut. Your brain has a gut. Your gut has gut brain. Gut has a brain too. This brain and gut brain, and these two things control your body. We're fearfully and wonderfully made. Okay? While people may not believe in transforming thoughts into reality, you are in charge of your life. I want to say this again. Stop sabotaging. Stop deceiving yourself. You're in charge of your life. Okay? Commit to the goal. When you stay committed to a goal, you're very likely to achieve it. The same goes for love. When you commit to finding an incredible relationship, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Finding an incredible relationship. You don't have to be by yourself unless you want it. That's a different. Loneliness is an emotional state. Okay? Being alone is a choice. Many of you think you're lonely, but you're really not. Your choice is to be alone. And you have to go through a solitude period to work on you. Your thoughts, your belief system, your emotions. This one did me. That man did me wrong. My past husband walked off and left me. I caught him cheating. You're still there. You got to get out of that. How long ago was that? And you're still there? And you wonder why you can't move on in that area, and it will affect other areas of relationship and love because of fear. It's very, all of this is about inner working. When you work on you and come to grip with you and stop blaming you and look at me, nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes you nothing. Everybody's trying to make it happen for themselves. People will help you on your journey, but nobody owes you anything. You had in a bad relationship? Okay, it hurt. But what are you going to do? You're going to stick there and stay there and be mad at the person. They gone on, probably done been married 2 times since you. I've been in 2 or 3 relationships since you. You got to focus on the partner you're trying to attract now. Okay? All right. Ask yourself what you want in a partner. To manifest what you want, you must first know what you want. So what qualities do you desire in a partner? Someone who is kind, loving, and adores you. And you're doing the same thing. You love and adore him. Not somebody that you can just stay home and he work and you just stay home and watch TV and eat all day. Come on, really? And it can, but you got to have a quality man wants somebody that's able to get up and do something. What are your skills? What are your skills? This is a personal development shop to come right at you. What are your skills? What are you working with? What skills do you have? Well, I can cook. Even if you don't like to cook, a man want to know you can cook. What are your skills? What are your skills? In the career world, what are your skills? You're going around getting little jobs here, little jobs there. You can't get anywhere with that. That's not even a part of your goal. You get working a job that's not even part of your goal. If you have to start at the bottom, want something like somebody want to be a hotel manager, they may have to start at the front desk. They may have to start in housekeeping. Some have. And they go on own their own hotels or whatever. It's about personal development. You work on you. You want a good relationship? You work on you. Nobody can make you whole. That emotional thing you're feeling, you got to work on that yourself. Because I don't care if you're with somebody, you still can have emotional challenges that you go through. Doesn't mean you don't love your partner. Doesn't mean you're not aware they're there. But sometimes it's things from the past, and emotionally things pop up and will have you believing stuff about your partner that's not even true. Okay? Know the qualities. Am I true? No. Okay. And, love can be really apprehensive in getting into, because it's really giving a person the map to all of your flaws, all of your imperfections, and putting faith in them that they won't abuse the power. Things won't always be great. Your partner may do things that will make you angry. But if you're willing to not look at its obstacles, but rather at the opportunity for growth, then you're truly what? In love. When it comes to romance, the feeling of love and being in love are separate, and depends on the stage of your what? Stage of that relationship. The stage of the relationship. Okay. You want to attract the right partner? Begin to develop a life for you. You want something that when they come, you all can decide to get something together, but he got his place. You got your place. Okay. You're not trying to find somebody you can move in with them. He needs somewhere to go. Or he needs somewhere to go, so he's trying to move in with you. That's it, Sister Grace. If you don't heal, you can ruin the next relationship. It automatically. You're automatically gonna heal. You're not gonna. What I said. If you don't get healed, your next relationship will be a repeat and could be worse, because you keep attracting the same vibration. You keep giving up and saying all this pain, all this hurt, and you won't take our time to get healed. You go from one relationship, 2 weeks later, you're somewhere else. That breakup, 2 days later, you're somewhere else. What are you searching for? And what you're searching for is in you. It starts with you. You are an individual. You love, you care for you. And it's something that you practice. And you have to tell yourself, look at, I go to the mirror and I said, Dara, I love you. I love you, boy. You're doing great. You've come up. Talk to yourself that way. Don't talk to yourself in a sabotaging way. You don't let the inner critic talk to you. The inner critic talk to you in a sabotaging way. Everything you do, the inner critic got something to say. Oh, you should have that. You should have said that. Look how they looked at you when you said that. That's the inner critic. These are the things that you have to go in and deal with and reverse that conversation, that dialogue that's going on, that's telling you, you come in a group of people, they all looking at you. Look at that. Only if you say something. Oh, you shouldn't have said that. You should have said that. You shouldn't have looked like that. And it goes on and on. So, but you have to override the inner critic. I hope I'm helping somebody. This goes on all day long. And then when you with a person, your inner critic is saying, "What do they like you? Well, they may not. Oh, they don't like you. Oh, that. And you're listening. This is how the mind goes, and you're listening to this. But you have to determine what you're going to believe when it comes to a thought, when it comes to emotion, or that sensation that comes up from that thought, emotion doesn't feel good. So immediately you got to shift it to something else, a more pleasant feeling thought. That's what I want to say. When you feel that negative anxiety, shift that thing. You have to do it, because that perspective is not true. The perspective that you were going on is you operating on spiritual law, universal law, cosmic law. Okay, we know the scripture says that you have what you saying. So why y'all running around praying? Pray this, pray that, pray this, pray that. That's not where it's supposed to be. Okay. Prayer is getting in a receptive mode and speaking what you have. I did something this week. I manifested something. I manifested not Jim Jordan getting the gavel. I kept saying, I pulled down strongholds. You will not get that gavel. You will not be Speaker of the House, because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principality, power, spiritual wickedness in high places. So what you see going on in D.C., that's spiritual wickedness. Even the new Speaker of the House, Mike Jordan, he said he's a Christian. They're already on him because he made a comment years ago about George Floyd. And somebody said, well, Derek Chauvin was done wrong and George Floyd was this, and that was not his comment. he said it bothered him. The new House Speaker, Mike Johnson. Now, I just found out he adopted a black son. So that gave me a little more understanding of him. Now, the Freedom Caucus, that's the mega caucus. That's really what it is. That's the Jim Jordan, that's the Gates, that's the Marjorie Greene, few others, but Gates, Boebert. I don't think she's not gonna make it back in. I don't think she's gonna make it back in. Because what she did at the movie with Beetlejuice. These are our leaders. I want to talk about that. These are leaders. And it's not just happening in politics, y'all. In Georgia, not Georgia, in Texas, allegedly, I have to say that, allegedly, a pastor raped a girl, a young girl, 600 times. Then got her pregnant. Then I understand it, when she got pregnant, took the baby to the fire station and left it. A pastor. Y'all don't examine these people. You just if they can sound good and entertain you good, you jump on the bed. Yeah. And especially all this prophet stuff. That's not what gives you direction. No, I'm not knocking it because I'm a seer. But I transitioned to giving people principles, because without principles, that prophecy you're running behind, it ain't gonna work let me tell you something, until your mind gets right and your thoughts change and your paradigm change. I don't care who prophesied to you, you're gonna be a millionaire. It ain't gonna happen until you get a brand. Millionaires don't chase money, they chase their business, they chase their ideas, they chase their brands. Are you listening to me? That's what they chase. So don't, and let me go back. Am I knocking prophecy? No, because when I'm out on the road, I do it. But I build a base of principles, and I'm careful what I say. Even as a seer, I'm careful what I say. Because if it's not empowering, first of all, he's not going to do anything. He's already done it. And I'm having to correct myself. Ephesians 1:3 said he hath given. So why do we say, God told me to tell you that he's doing this and he's doing that? No, he's not doing anything. It's done. He's able to do according to the power. As you develop, the power develops of information. He's giving you the power to get wealth. He's already given it to you. When he met folks in the New Testament, he said, according to your faith, be it done. Because it was already on the earth. The healing, the prosperity, the wealth, it's already here. So you tap into it with knowledge, with personal development too. As you develop, you attract it. This is why you find yourself in solitude, away from people talk that's not empowering. They're talking organization talk, denomination talk, stuff on their job, or folks in their community, or folks in their neighborhood. There's nothing wrong with that, but you can't stay there. You got to get out of there. So Mike Johnson, I've been reading today, and when I began to read about him as a Christian, Louisiana, and that he adopted, that gave me a little, not much, y'all. There's a little view of him, but they're already attacking him already. The whole thing is to set it up for Trump. Was that yesterday? He stormed out the courtroom because Michael Cohen was testifying as a witness and he couldn't take it. He stormed out. Secret Service wasn't even ready yet. He just said he almost went in the streets. They had to call the detail to come around, pick him up. He stormed out. Secret Service wasn't even ready. Where is it? What's happening? What are you doing? Couldn't take it. It's coming down now. It's coming down now. Pride, narcissism, arrogancy comes before a fall. And this is what you're experiencing. The fall of the Trump organization. Now, I'm not speaking Republican. I consider myself an independent, if you want to say that. If you want to say that. But I'm speaking about where our country, 3 weeks, we didn't have a Speaker of the House. 3 weeks. And we may not have another one. Because as we get towards the funding, the government funding, government shutdown, I don't know what's going to happen. They don't care if it's shut down. They want it to crash. They want the whole government system, United States democracy, to crash and then bring Trump in. And his thing would be to do away with the Constitution. Once he get in, he would try to do away with a lot of stuff and get a unlimited term limit. That's what he's already said. And y'all got to wake up and see what's happening. Let's see what's happening. Okay? So I wanted to cover that. And there's a clip. I saw this too. Mike Johnson, House Speaker Mike Johnson, and about 4 or 5 other House representatives, they kneeled down in the House of Representatives and, and prayed. I don't know what they said. I don't know how sincere they were, but at least he has a consciousness of God, and they do not like that. Mike Johnson, I will be very surprised if he makes it to the end of the year. He should. I mean, give him a chance, but that's not what they want. They wanted a Jim Jordan. That's what they want. They wanted Jim Jordan. If Gates had been in it long enough, he's not a senior House of Representatives. He had been in it long enough. He's still considered a freshman. But the whole thing is to make way. And even the New York trial, Letitia James, that's, I don't know. That could be the fault of the Trump organization. Fannie Willis, he had another flipper. Ellis, she flipped. Mike Meadows, he got immunity with the feds on election case. But I don't know. He's kind of ran it out. I saw some stuff today that he put out. He's trying to play both ends. He kind of cleared himself in immunity and yet hold on to his Republican friends. But I don't know. We'll see. I think he's going to flip. I think it's flipping time, because with the RICO Act, whatever you're convicted of, the minimum is 5 years. The minimum is 5 years. Even if Trump becomes president, he cannot pardon himself in Georgia because that's state. And if a Republican governor is there, he cannot give him anyway, he couldn't do away with the conviction because it has to be 5 years, mandatory. Okay. All right. So I hope this show have helped you. We talked about relationships. Can't talk about everything. Breakups. Are you a side piece? Are you in church? Are you a side piece? I know people don't like me ask this kind of questions, but are you a side piece? Is he really your man or are you a side piece? You see? Pardon. Thank you, Mama. Yeah, that's my mother. Can't get a pardon. 5 years for that. So, y'all, keep it. You live in America. We in this world. See what's going on. Be an agent of change. You don't know what can happen. You could be the next state representative, senator. You don't know. And you should be able to have enough information among intellects that you can sit down and talk about. I keep myself on top of everything on a high intelligent level that can go. I don't know where I'm going. I have no idea. So I'm preparing myself. I know where I'm going up. I know I'm making my way prosperous. I'm going to have good success. So what am I doing? I acknowledge myself in all areas: finances, science, politics, spirituality, religion. Because I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. I'm spiritual. Okay. We're grateful for all of you that's on. I forgot something. I would like for those that are this helps you. I want to put this up. If you would help support what we're trying, I don't want to be hit behind what we're trying to do. You can put your phone up there, a QR code, and I'm asking that I need about 15 people that would do a 2023 seed, $20.23 for 2023. And let's see some miracles between now and the first of the year. We're going to name this seed a miracle relationship seed to give you clarity in relationship, clarity. And are you buying it? No, but when you give, you open up your spirit, open up your mind. So thank you. Those that are responding, thank you. The 2023 seed. If this show, if this institute is helping you, sit down, give me some comments. You get to wake up, comment. Then let me know it's getting out. I'm going to keep doing it either way. But it helps to know that it's reaching the people that it's reaching. I know it's reaching, but I like to hear from you. As a comment, again, there's the Cash App. You can go to there and put that up. The information also is at the bottom. You can also pull that up too. Okay? It's been wonderful. It's been good. The information, I didn't put it up there yet. That's the information to donate, contribute, see whatever you feel comfortable with. And we're so grateful that you have been on the show with us. And we're getting ready to go. Thumbs up to everybody. It's been a wonderful evening. Friday evening. Dealing and Hughes here. Thank you for listening. And we'll start working and moving it. Some of you probably don't enjoy it, don't get it. We're wrapping up. We're working on a manual, journal. We're doing 3 hour up to 1,000. So we're at 300 of the year. Thank you for those that are donating. Until next time, thank you for listening. I need you to like, go to YouTube, even this one. Just go like those on YouTube, like and subscribe. Until next time, Dealing and Hughes here.